So I know a lot of you guys wanted me to make a video like this where it was just me going over my own gameplay and kind of reviewing what I feel like I can do better, and maybe that'll give you guys a better understanding about what you guys can do better as well. Pretty high elo game, a lot of big faces around here, so this is kind of my way of playing on Midtown with Magneto. I strongly believe that Magneto is one of the best tanks in the entire game, and it's not a solo carry game, but this is kind of a very slow game. It wasn't a super aggressive game where I was getting a lot of kills, but it was just slow paced. We found our openings and we made it work. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Oh, I'm fucked. So my main job right now is to control this entire high ground space. Anyone who's up here, I want to neutralize them as a threat completely so my team can walk through with the payload and then they'll get shot from above. Thor can get high ground and can get people off high ground extremely easily, and that also gives you a chance to see who they're playing as well. You can kind of see their heroes right away, so just an easier way to play aggressively and get a glimpse at who they're playing at. Thanks. Nice. Awakening for these Loki clones. So after we got a kill, we can push forward a lot further now, and I'm just taking my chance to get high ground while my team plays down from the center. So they literally have no window to walk forward at all, otherwise I'm going to push Magneto forward or I'm going to dive his backline. Either way, we have a threat. Big. As you saw, immediately when Cloak and Dagger uses her ultimate, we all back up on the same page. No one calls anything, but we're all on the same page of just backing up, backing up, backing up. And they end up burning some ultimates and getting a few picks, but as long as I'm still alive with some healers, we should be good. So in that entire fight, all I was doing was finding a window on someone that I know I can kill. There's not a lot to do there. There's an ultimate down, and all you're really doing is stalling for your support's ultimate. But what you can do is look for small plays on heroes who are maybe healing and catch them out a little bit. Put yourself in a situation to where after the ultimate's over, you can be set up for success. Maybe you have an ultimate, maybe you can knock them out of their own ultimate. Who knows? Either way, you're still staying active and doing something. And now it's just go time. We have our offensive ultimates being used. Let's go crazy. I'll see if I can got res coming big. Sorry, which one? Sorry, which one? Love it. So here I just stay on the move. All I want to do is push the enemies back the entire time. We're not looking for kills. We're just looking to stay alive, stay on the move, and push them back. One very big observation to point out is how aggressive we're playing constantly. I have my team with me the entire time, and with that allows me to find high ground, and that gives me an opening to do literally whatever I want. As long as you find your own high ground and play from the eagle's eye, it's insane. This right here is what I mean by even if you're not swinging your hammer, hitting somebody, you can still find and establish pressure by just staying on the move and setting up for your next plan.
What a bozo.
So one astute observation to note there is don't use your ultimate how I did. Try to make maximum effort no matter what out of your ultimate. Even if you can burn a cloak and dagger ultimate, if you have somebody important to follow up like Star-Lord or Psylocke afterwards, it's not that bad. But because you can guarantee yourself to get a kill almost always with your ultimate now without it being cancelable, I would say utilize that to your advantage in solo queue especially and try to make the maximum effort out of it. Besides that play, they have an S tier character for me to dive, Moon Knight, but because his tank is playing so far forward, you can make any play you possibly want by just staying on the move, staying aggressive, and looking for them. Once you have these options in the back of your head, the game becomes so much easier when you can just focus on game knowledge, because all of that hero skill and hero knowledge is just ingrained into your brain. But if you're ever finding any trouble going for the backline, and they have two frontline tanks like Magneto, or Groot, or Strange, just do this, bully them, and use your comms. Comms are key.
Did they just switch the triple split?
If you win ulti, my damage jam. Or I'm ultimate, can maybe kill them. Come Moon Knight. One shot? And I'm ultimate yet. Yo, Loki one.
So that was a pretty well structured first round for us. We definitely had the better players towards the end there, but I just want to showcase how you can play Thor in an offensive manner without having to play in a super dive heavy, land your awakening shots, pop awakening 24/7 style. There's so many different ways you can utilize Thor's kit. It's insane how versatile he is. So we now kick off defense and we're already playing incredibly aggressively. We're establishing high ground, we're seeing what heroes they have, and we're not really giving them any room to breathe if they have any characters like Hela, Moon Knight, Punisher, Winter Soldier. Anyone who wants to set up on high ground or set up behind their team, we're making sure if they want to do that, it's going to be a goddamn challenge.
2, 1. We need to stop that missile in its tracks.
What the fuck is that play called? Guy's got cheats on.
So again, as we can see from me just playing on the high ground, their Magneto is walking forward thinking that he has enough help from his team or thinking that he's creating space, but in reality, I'm just blocking off his entire team from the back and he's just walking up by himself and he gets taken out for that, which then allows me to push the Groot into my team and then get 2 picks on their tanks. Even here, I'm showcasing how on defense you can still play really aggressively and push the enemies into your team, but I don't want to be disingenuous here. I am very aware my team's playing incredibly well and their response to pressure is a chef's kiss.
Nice.
Let me look for this.
Oh my god, Derry, you see him do this guy right now? I'm fucking this Groot up right now, boy. Oh my gosh. This guy's getting fucking slammed.
That is facts, it is facts. That Groot was getting slammed. But either way, you can kind of sort of see the pattern on what I'm doing over and over and over again, and clearly the enemy has not caught on yet. I'm not really sure how, but this is just how the game works. People have their emotions, people have more things they're thinking about than what happened to them their last death, apparently. So even in top 500, when you're playing against some of the quote-unquote best players, you're still going to see mistakes that come from the human mind. On Midtown especially, because there's so many walls, it can be used to your advantage, but also to your disadvantage. And if you don't find your supports 24/7 and they can't see you through a little one-window corridor or a walkway, you're kind of screwed. So on Midtown, I don't really enjoy going for the backline a lot when I'm on defense, not until we're in the second point that's a little bit more open at least. So if they're going to play 2 stalemate tanks like Groot and Magneto and no Strange who can just fly away, then okay, you're going to get bullied.
Wow, he just saved us with only his fucking clap. Oh, I can slam here? You damage him? Oh, I was out of it. Fuck, man. Was I out of the damage amp there?
So this mistake I made twice this game, maybe even 3 times, but I want to make sure I vocalize it loudly and proudly because even I'm making this mistake to this day. So if I'm doing it, then hopefully if anyone else is doing the same thing, I can help you out here. Just die. In this scenario, just die. Don't find a flank, don't look for a play, and if you want to, then find a flank. Stand still and do that. But there's so many different ways and indicators in this game that allow them to know where you're at without having to actually see you. There's footsteps, there's your hammer wind up sound, there's your hammer swinging you across the map sound. There's just no reason to ever go for a flank unless you already are in place. So in this scenario, if the whole team's dead or going to die, just stay on cart, stall it with your life, and just die there. But here, I waste an immense amount of time just doing nothing. And now I'm late to respawn to maybe even stall this next point out. It's just not worth it. Oh my god, but they're...
This long stretch is so fucked up. Oh my god, never mind.
by the way, come back over here.
Young Jit. Hold one. Got her. I have ulti on point.
I am ready to put on a show.
Alright, yo, damage this shit. Damage. My goat!
So here, I can't even lie, we're being a bit of a rabble-rouser. On this middle point, you can't really go for the same plays you look for on that skinnier side. There's a reason why in that first point, you might see a lot of Squirrel Girl players, because it's a very, very small corridor. There's a lot of high ground, a lot of flanks you can make, and there's only one area the enemy's gonna walk through, the center. So that's why pushing tanks into your team is so good, because there's not really anywhere they can go, and you can body block them pretty hard. But as for this point, there's a lot of space, and that for you is a very good thing. So now because they have Hela and Namor, I can translate all my pressure onto them. As you can see, I'm constantly moving around, constantly getting the high ground, and pushing Hela off of there whenever I have a chance to. That's my main goal. Make sure she doesn't have high ground, so she can't free out our team and our backline, and then I can go on her and maybe even catch her out a couple times. And from there, I found a pick on her. The fight breaks out, she's nowhere near her supports, and I just catch her out completely. From there, we have enough pressure to push forward because that's a lot of their DPS damage completely gone. And as you guys heard, I call for a very, very good damage amp. We finally got it off, and we get a pick on the support. In my opinion, we completely changed that entire fight. We stopped Hela from getting any pressure off, she couldn't get her ultimate off, and by the end of it, we even got a support kill. That's the amount of work you can put in as long as you're playing patiently if you just stick to your plan.
That's how I handled the Hela, by the way, too. I literally fucked the Hela up. Navigated, spotted. Oh, we're all dead. Maybe we can escape this. Hello? Mean. Maybe I held it for a little bit. I don't think I did anything. Let's see. Oh, he legit could have rezzed me as well.
So there it was again. I mean, there's no shame in pointing out mistakes. This was a huge mistake here. There's no reason to go for a play like this. At the end of the day, there still is so much time for our team to come back, for the payload to push forward. I don't have to go for some suicide play where I can hold the cart for maybe 1 or 2 seconds because the entire team is there and no one can heal me. This is not a play. I don't know why I'm going for it, and I would have been better off just standing still behind them and waiting for my team to walk in so I can find a flank on their supports a lot easier and just be set up right away. But doing whatever the hell that just was on Thor is not a viable strategy. Don't do that. Either die, play with your team, or sit there and go for a flank. Don't do whatever I just did.
30 seconds. I am ready to put on a show. Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Damage here. Hit it nothing. Hit it literally nothing.
So yeah, all in all, I feel like that was a very reserved game and a very good game. A couple of my deaths were pretty troll, But besides that, I really did feel like I was playing aggressively with my team, and I wasn't playing too aggressively to get caught out. I was picking off a lot of random members that were making mistakes. I picked off a lot of people that were making mistakes, and I feel like that. And I feel like I really showcased how you can take advantage of characters like Hela if you didn't really have an idea before. Let me know how you guys liked it. I honestly really enjoyed making this video. It was just me rewatching my gameplay and going into Audacity and recording a little segment. So if you guys enjoy this style a lot more than the regular gameplay uploads, then I'll for sure keep doing it. Yeah, let me know, Thor Nation. Check out my streams. I stream daily. I got to rank 154 yesterday. It was pretty hype with 2 accounts and 1 above all until the storm came. But what goes up has to come down, right, gang? And if you're watching this video in the next 8 hours, then I should be live right now. So go, go, go! But I'm out. Peace, peace, peace. Have a good one.